I like walking down the street and people getting a little confused when they see me is like, what? But also, huh? And it's a little fun. Hey, my name is Sid and I'm a superhuman. When I was in high school, I was having a really hard time when people would split off into like girls and boys games. It didn't resonate with me and I always felt like something was not quite right. Every time I had to look in a mirror, I was so unhappy, I was so uncomfortable. I read a lot of memoirs by trans authors and queer authors, and I said, something about these resonates with me. I read this book by Erin Andrews called Some Assembly Required. It absolutely transformed how I saw and understood myself. But at the time, I hadn't really discovered my gender yet. I think it was starting to bubble, but I didn't have the words yet for what I was feeling and thinking about. And I went down to this queer activism camp and I met other trans and non-binary people my age and elders. You know, I'd never ever met or even heard of somebody besides like a couple folks on television, but not folks who I felt I related to until I went to this camp. I went to a session where people talked about representations of transness across time. There are actually like 6 different references in the Talmud to different genders. And who would have known that? Like, I didn't know that, and just it totally transformed how I viewed my own ability to express myself. I didn't have to stay the way that I was in that trapped feeling. I could be the person that I wanted to be. In high school, I ended up founding the Gender and Sexuality Alliance with a friend of mine that hadn't existed. In college, I supported LGBTQ first years as a mentor. I was able to help people figure out how to tell their roommates about their identities, figure out how to tell their professors. It was really meaningful to be able to support people in the ways that I had wanted and received support when I needed it. 2 years ago, I was in the Whiff and Poofs, which is the oldest collegiate a cappella group at Yale University. It had previously been a group of presumably all men. I was able to be the first non-male leadership of the group. So even though the group had gone all gender 4 years prior, they hadn't had anybody who wasn't a man be in leadership. So it was really exciting to get to bring a new vision to what that group could look like. And one of the things that I felt really proud of was when we would go and perform at schools and do these workshops, we would introduce our pronouns. In college, I started to think a lot more about top surgery. I sat down with myself and I said, Sid, when you think about yourself and the way that you look, how do you see yourself? I imagine myself like shirtless at the beach, rainbow swim trunks, having a great time. I got top surgery May 5th, 2021. I'm actually not on hormones, and I don't know if I ever will be. I'm an actor and a singer, and I love my voice. And I also don't think I want to pass as a man. Like, that's not my vision or my understanding of myself.
Who are you?
I'm Sid. I'm not a man, I'm not a woman. I wake up every morning and I put on clothes, and I'm not bound to what somebody says that I should look like, or that I should be, or how I should act, or how I should move. You know, I can wear a dress one day, I can wear overalls another day, I can dress up in a tuxedo. It's freeing.
What do you think it means to be a superhuman?
To be a superhuman is to embrace yourself and be yourself to the absolute fullest. It's to share yourself unabashedly and with passion and self-love. My superpower is connection. I think I'm really empowered by hearing other people's stories and sharing my story and creating communities.
What would you say to the younger you?
You don't have to figure it all out right now. There are so many people that are going to love you for the person you are and the way that you express yourself. And don't let anybody tell you that you're not beautiful. And don't let anybody tell you that you aren't an incredible, powerful human that can do so much and can be so much and has so much to give.